Welcome back to the Bears Baseball Network, and we had a fantastic weekend, but we're not talking about that today because today we've got our August awards, an absolutely crazy last week and a crazy month, and we've got some surprises on this award list. Not the same names that we've been talking about, a bunch of new names showing up here, and I want to get things started with our All-Youth All-Stars for August. Let's take a look. So you see it there, Bernie and Bernie. I just want to get a surprise, a takeaway. Give me your first thing that jumps out of you on this team.
The one takeaway I'll say is there's only one 13th Floyd pitcher made this list, Robbie. And it just happened to be the guy I picked for my Dark Horse Cy Young, Quinn Steinbeck. He has been great this month.
Yeah, he was the best pitcher on that team this month, for sure. I believe 12 strikeouts, just one walk in the month. So a fantastic strikeout to walk ratio, of course. A great month for Quinn Steinbeck. And for me, just looking at this offense, a couple of surprises. A guy like Lucas Wilburn, who gets called up from Bell, gets onto Floyd, and has an absolutely fantastic month. He's our all-star left fielder. And then I will say, besides that, of course, Harrison Blebaum, we know how great a month he had. He's our first baseman. But I will say, in terms of the youth all-star team, a lot of standard stuff. Caden Inman, Owen Lewis, those are two guys, new names on the list. But you see Mon, Els, Meyer, Willerette, Waring, a lot of guys we've seen a lot. A great month from all those guys. All right, let's move on to our high school all-star team for August. Let's take a look. And Bernie, I'll go ahead. You'll start here as well. Your biggest takeaway from this all-star team.
My biggest takeaway, I think, like you said, a little bit of the youth team, I think most of the guys are kind of standard names you would hear. But I promise you, if you were looking at the catching and where this guy would rank before the month, you would not have said Andrew Bober would be on this list. He has absolutely turned into a monster, hit some home runs this month, and he was just great.
He was fantastic on the month. One of our best high school home run hitters this month. He was absolutely fantastic. And looking elsewhere on this list, Elliot Myers, a great month at the plate. Maybe he wasn't the favorite to be the all-star first baseman. He puts together a great month. How about Oliver Saxon? He's a guy that we haven't talked about too much. A great month from him at the plate. And then you look at this pitching staff. I mean, this pitching staff is a who's who of some of the best pitchers in the Bears. Teagan, Mac Floyd, maybe a little bit surprising to see him on the pitcher list, but he had a great month. 19 strikeouts to 6 walks for Mac this month. And then, of course, Elijah Underwood. He's been that kind of breakout pitcher of the second half of this year. All right, we've got one more rookie all-star team, and it is our all-rookie team. And there may not be a more exciting month to look at the all-rookie team than the first month these guys are on the Bears, because we don't really know them yet. We haven't really learned about who these guys are yet. So let's take a look at our all-rookie August team. And you see that a lot of guys that we've talked about on the show, of course, Caden Finberg, guy we talked about a lot, Nafrika Barkas, not a surprise there. But some guys here that we haven't really talked about too much on the show, Bernie. Give me your biggest takeaway from this group.
I know we mentioned this guy from 11U. I'm going to talk a little bit about Harrison Glass. He has been swinging a very hot bat. He hit a ball on Saturday that I think would have been gone if we were on the other Strel field, but unfortunately we were on the big Strel field, so unlucky, but I think he'll get his first home run decently soon.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite hitters for really all of the entire rookie class. I really like this guy as a hitter. I think he's going to put up big numbers in the future. I'm all in on Harrison Glass long term. Some other guys on this list, obviously, a guy that I really liked when we did our first Rookie Talk segment is Jaden Coleman. And, I talked about him being a defensive wizard. But he's been more than that. He's actually swung a lot better than I initially thought he would. You just look at his size. You wonder how much power is there. You wonder if he's going to be able to get the ball deep into the outfield. And he's done that. I mean, he's hit really, really well. He's got his average up above near 400. He's been fantastic with the bat as well. Another guy we've talked about just a little bit, Sean Ferguson. He made his first appearance on the top team this weekend and played really well. Some other guys that have been really good. Hazik Majid, he's been maybe the best pitcher of our all-rookies. Connor Dooley, obviously it's tough to judge 11U pitching stats because 11U's so wild in terms of it's their first 2 years pitching, so they're not really, established pitchers yet. But I think Connor Dooley's done a really good job for an 11U pitcher. And a guy I know we haven't talked about at all, Lucas Perry. He's been very impressive. He's a guy that I've really kind of started to get attention to because I think he's going to be a very good player if he works hard. He could have very easily made this list as a shortstop as well, so he's not just a pitcher. I know he made the list as a pitcher, but he could have done it as a shortstop as well. a very, very good player, I think Lucas Perry could be. And of course, you got to talk about Evan Little. I mean, this guy could be the home run leader of all the rookies going forward. Obviously, he had his first home run 2 weekends ago, and I don't think it'll be his last this fall. But a lot of fun names to look at. I mean, you look at this list, and you just imagine, Bernie, are there future Cy Youngs here, future MVPs? You know, this is the future of the Bears on this list. It's just interesting. Bernie, I know I didn't prepare you with this question, but I want to throw it at you. Who on this list, pick one guy that you think could be a future MVP or Cy Young? One or the other.
Ooh, that's tough. A future award winner. Obviously, I think Nafri has all the talent in the world, both on the mound and at the plate. I think he could easily win one. So yeah, I'll go with Nafri just because I think his talent is absolutely through the roof.
That's a good pick. That's a really good pick. I'm going to go with Evan Little because, you know, we've talked about this before. There's a high correlation between home runs and MVPs, and I think Evan Little is going to be a big home run guy going forward. So that's going to be my official pick, but there's definitely several ways you could go with that question. All right, let's move into our awards. We have our youth and high school MVP, Cy Young, and Platinum Glove. But first, we've got our Rookie of the Month. We just got done talking about our All-Rookie team. Our Rookie of the Month, Bernie. I'll let you announce it. Is it Evan Little? Is it Jaden Coleman? Nafri Kabarkis? Harrison Glass? Connor Dooley? Who is our Rookie of the Month?
Rookie of the Month from 12U Floyd is Nafri Kabarkis.
Yeah, he was a beast. I think we both picked him to win Rookie of the Month or Rookie of the Year, but he ended up winning it this month. A great start to his Bear career. We'll see if he can keep it going. Let's go to the Platinum Glove. This goes to the premier defenders in the Bears, and we'll start with the youth side. And Bernie, a lot of candidates for this. Obviously, some very good fielders in the Bears. Talk about the catchers, Ty Zazaweta, Quinn Steinbeck. Talk about the shortstops, Ty Zazaweta's a high school guy now, so forget that one. So you got Quinn Steinbeck, you got 12U Floyd guys like Brendan Bass, who put together a fantastic month. ZZ Garcia, I think, is going to be a future Platinum Glove winner. A lot of good fielders in the youth, Bernie, but who took home the Platinum Glove for August?
Platinum Glove is going to come from 13U Floyd. It's going to be their shortstop, Landon Meyer.
Landon Meyer moved from third to short from the summer to the fall. And I'll tell you what, a monster month for him. He's got just one error in fall ball. And I think if you go back to like the middle of June or beginning of June, he's got a fielding percentage of like .970, which is unbelievable for a shortstop. He's been fantastic. All right, Bernie, moving to high school. Now you got Ty Zazaweta. You got guys like Ben Lillard. You got guys like Tegan Kreitler, Alex Hobson, Fred Smith, Mac Floyd, Lucas Levy. A ton of good defenders, Bernie. But who took home the high school Platinum Glove for August?
Come on. This should be an easy one. It's Mac Floyd, 18U Floyd.
Yeah, Mac, he's been a consistent winner of this award because he is the most impactful defensive player. Some other guys definitely could have taken it, though. Fred Smith also plays center field. I think he, especially once Mac graduates, look for Fred Smith to bring home some Platinum Glove awards because he will be an exciting player to watch. And he was an exciting player to watch already this month. He probably could have come second place in that award. All right, let's move on to the Cy Young. This goes to our best pitcher from youth and high school. And Bernie, I'm going to spoil it a little bit. I'm not going to give the names away. I'm going to spoil it a little bit. These two guys, I think, are traditionally known as MVP candidates, big hitters, but showing they can do it on the mound as well, some two-way players. So let's start with the youth one, Bernie. I gave you a little hint. It is a big hitter, but put together a fantastic month. Bernie, who's our youth Cy Young?
Youth Cy Young. 12U Floyd. It's going to be Brendan Bass.
Brendan Bass, a monster month on the mound. He had a FIP that was below 3. He put together a very solid ERA in the mid-4s. That's very good for a youth pitcher. And 22 strikeouts to just 5 walks. A great month for Brendan Bass on the mound. All right, Bernie, our high school Cy Young.
High school Cy Young. Just entering the high school realm from 15U Dalton is going to be Tegan Kreitler.
How about that? You talk about all these aces on 18U Floyd, Elliott, Mack, Lucas, Wortham. The Cy Young Award winner for August comes Tegan Kreitler, and it's hard to deny him. He had a sub-1 ERA in 12 1/3 innings. He was dominant on the mound this month. And really, the thing for him, he could have been a Cy Young winner month after month after month, but he really didn't get the innings. He did not meet the innings minimums until this month. He got over that innings minimum and was the best pitcher of our high school guys. All right, our final awards is the MVPs for youth and high school. And Bernie, I'm going to give a little teaser again. these two MVPs, we've got one guy who nobody's surprised about, and we got one guy who everybody's surprised about. I'll let you try to guess which is which, and I'll give you a second here. Who do you think are our two MVPs? Because it was pretty crazy, and let's go ahead and start with the youth one, Bernie. I mean, you talk about all the favorites. Parker Ells, Brendan Bass, Harrison Blaybaum obviously had a monster month. Andrew Willerette. Talk about maybe some other guys. Ivan Saxon had a great month. A lot of guys with great months. I mean, really, the youth hitters was, I think, the most competitive the youth hitters have ever been in terms of the MVP race. But Bernie, who took it home?
This is I would consider this one the obvious one. 14U Floyd, Andrew Willerette.
And I'll tell you what, this guy was constantly right in the mix for that MVP every single month. You know, we're talking about Willerette as top 5, top 3. And he consistently, obviously, was the Rookie of the Month in the summer and finally gets over that hump and gets his first MVP of the Month award. I don't think it'll be his last, though. Andrew Willerette, the MVP of the month. And finally, our high school MVP. And I'll tell you what, Bernie, this one, a shocker. I mean, nobody would have expected this because this guy was not known for his bat in the summer. And he comes in this fall, a new work ethic, and absolutely grinded and smashed the baseball all fall long. I'll tell you what, this guy out-hit Brendan Nickerson, Mac Floyd, Ian Lancaster, Tegan Kreitler, Vince Dalton, Alex Hobson, the guys you expect to be the MVP favorites. This guy out-hit all of them. He out-hit everybody in high school, Bernie. Who is our high school MVP?
High school MVP. It's going to be from 18U. And I will say, this guy wouldn't be on top as position before the month started, I don't think. It's going to be Andrew Bober.
This guy was an absolute beast this month. Led our high school players in OPS. He was second in our high school players in home runs. Had 19 RBIs, a .577 batting average. This guy was an absolute beast. Bernie, once again, I didn't prepare you with this question, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. Can he keep this going? Can he keep this kind of pace up? Maybe he's not going to be a .577 guy, for sure. But can he be in the MVP conversation going forward?
I think you were asking me if he's going to win MVP again. I don't think those chances are very high just because of the talent around him, like the other guys who won a lot of the favorites. But can he stay in the conversation? If he continues to get good at-bats or a lot of at-bats, I think he will stay around the conversation.
Yeah, I agree. Because this looks, I mean, we've always seen the potential in this guy. The question was, could he put it all together? And it looks like he has. I think he's going to keep it going. I don't know if he'll win another MVP of the month, but I think he will always be in the conversation. And I think he's going to push Ty Zazawaita, Thomas Langeke, and, Reese Payne, Carter Rins. I think he's going to push those guys in terms of the catcher of the month for our high school guys. But a great month from Andrew Bober. Congratulations. Of course, his first MVP award. How about that? 2 first-time MVPs for this month. So very, very fantastic. That's going to do it for this episode of the Bears Baseball Network. It's Labor Day weekend, so we've got no games, so we'll catch up on all of what happened last weekend. Next week, we'll give you our September thoughts and predictions, and we're also going to slip in some prospect talk. We haven't updated our prospect list in a while, so next week we will talk about some prospects as well. That's going to do it for this episode of the Bears Baseball Network. We'll talk to you all next week.